We're living in an artificial reality, and it's not hard to tell that something's not right. So here are 7 quick signs the system is breaking. Let's talk about this. All right, so I want to take a quick minute to share with you just an interesting post I saw on Twitter in reference to 7 quick and easy signs to tell, or to highlight more likely, that things aren't looking good. And so starting from the bottom all the way up to the top, these are just a quick overview of some things that I've talked about in the past, but more importantly, some things that governments can't escape, especially the United States government, heading into 2025. And as always, if you guys want to see more of these little quick takes, definitely hit the thumbs up button to show your love for the channel. Drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on the subject matter, or perhaps what might have been left out. And then also subscribe so you never miss an update when I decide to drop them off. But to jump right into it, number 7, it says stock markets detached from reality. Stocks are overvalued, propped up by cheap money and endless stimulus. It says when the music stops, it's not just a correction, it's going to be a collapse. And the best indicator of this situation here is the Buffett Indicator, where it says market cap to GDP, and this is the Wilshire 5000 to GDP ratio. And as of right now, we've never seen value this high. And as you can see right here, this is the 15-day to slow the spread moment that we had 4 years ago under Trump's term. And if you look way over there, we're above 200%. A number that we've never seen before, showing how overvalued stocks are. And number 6, currency wars are brewing. It says BRICS nations are trading in yuan and the rupees. It says the dollar's dominance is being challenged. And these aren't small moves. They're tectonic shifts in the global economy. And as you can see here, this has everything to do with the fact that the BRICS nations are determined to trade in their own currencies. And so with Donald Trump coming into office next year, talking big and bad about tariffs at 100% for nations that decide to go around the dollar, it's good to say it's going to be a showdown after January 21st of 2025. And I'm not too confident the dollar is going to stand strong by itself. And then number 5, rising wealth inequality. Says fiat funnels wealth to the top, billionaires grow richer while the middle class disappears. It's not a bug, it's a feature of this fiat system. And ever since the pandemic hit in 2020, it says pandemic creates new billionaires every 30 hours. And then according to Forbes, it said nearly 500 people became billionaires during the pandemic year. So ultimately, those that had assets got richer as a result of the pandemic because all the stimulus found its way to the top, making the rich even richer. And number 4, declining trust in institutions are at a peak. Says governments, banks, and regulators, they've betrayed us, and people are waking up to the lies, the corruption, and the manipulation. And because trust is the glue of the system, it's eroding fast. And this shouldn't be hard to believe. There's been a continuous decline in trust, according to this Gallup poll. And over the last 40 years, it's been up and down, but as of lately, since the GFC crisis, people don't trust in the government nowhere near as much as they used to. And it's good to say that trend is going to continue. And number 3, central banks are hoarding gold at an alarming rate over the last couple years. It says, why are central banks stockpiling gold while telling us it's a relic? Because they know the truth. Gold is real money and fiat is fraud. And so watch what they do and not what they say. And more proof can be found here where it says central bank gold buying skyrockets in October, led by India, Turkey, and Poland, according to the World Gold Council. And the entire time here in the Western Hemisphere, Biden Trump won't say nothing about gold, but they will talk about Bitcoin. And number 2, surging inflation. The second wave is coming in 2025. And so that basically means the currency debasement is only going to increase. And so it says surging inflation. Inflation isn't transitory or under control. It's stuff in slow motion. So what does that mean for your savings? They're being burned to prop up an unsustainable system. They print trillions and you pay the price for it. To show proof of this, look no further than market analyst Octavio Costa's assessment a few weeks ago, where he says the Fed is about to face a policy quagmire, in my view. With core PCE inflation now at 2.8%, today's data reaffirms that consumer prices are likely bottoming. Then he goes on to say, history suggests we might be witnessing the start of a second inflationary wave. What makes the situation unique is the Fed's limited capacity to combat the second wave, as raising rates further could exacerbate the government's already heavy debt burden. And then he says, I can't stress this enough. This scenario is profoundly bearish for the US dollar in my view. Adding to this, Trump has repeatedly advocated for a weaker dollar, further compounding the bearish view. And so in this graph here, it tells the entire story. It says the 3 inflationary waves of the 1970s. And according to him, if the first wave took place in the late 60s, which is what he's referring to what we experienced 2 years ago, he's basically saying that we just recently bottomed out from the first wave. And if he's true, the second wave coming will be a monster. And nevertheless, if we hit this third wave, that's game over for the dollar and our economy. And last, record high government debt to the tune of 36 trillion and counting. And it's just not the US government. Governments globally are drowning in debt. And it says here, the US alone owes 36 trillion, and that's just on paper. And debt like this isn't sustainable. It's a ticking time bomb. So when confidence falters, the system collapses. And according to this image here, the debt keeps piling up. And that includes state and local, household, national, and right behind me, unfunded liabilities, which can never be repaid. So there you have it. The 7 signs that the system is breaking fast, and there's nothing our government can do about it, in my personal opinion. And so as always, if that the math doesn't lie, then you shouldn't be waiting for anything that's coming out of DC to try to solve the problem that they created. So it's on you to provide and protect everything you work so hard for, because if you don't, there's no one coming to save you. And that's why I continue to remind people of the importance of monetary literacy, because those that know their history and learn from it are in better position not to repeat it in the future. And of course, when it comes to wealth preservation, gold and silver has always been a monetary medium that's been able to withstand every recession and depression throughout human history. And so why would things change now? But anyway, if you guys found value in this, hit that thumbs up button, drop a comment down below, let me know your thoughts. And if you're new, subscribe. Definitely looking forward to bringing you more of these quick takes. And if you need some strategies or suggestions, then scroll down beneath this video here and check out some of the resources, whether it's joining me on the silver team or buying the gold notes. Either way, there's no excuses not to get your weight up. And I'll catch you guys later.